Okay guys, I'm back. What we're going to do now is I'm going to take the ping file from Photoshop that we just created, and I'm going to import it in here. Now, I did some testing on Inkscape too, and it doesn't look like the actual drop down boxes show up on the screen when I'm recording. So, excuse me. I will I guess describe what I'm doing up in these top boxes the best that I can. So right now I opened up Inkscape. I'm going to go to File, Document Properties, and I'm going to change the size to a US letter 8.5 by 11, where you guys can use whatever you want. And then once I change that, then it changes it on the screen as well. So from there, I am going to import that ping file from Photoshop. So I'm going to go to File, Import, and I'm going to find that file and import it. It's going to come in really, really large. So what I do from here is there's a lock button here. Normally it's unlocked. I lock that up, and then I take and grab a corner and resize it. The reason I hit the lock button, it keeps it in proportion. If I didn't, then it'd be all over the place. So once I get it close to the 8.5 by 11 size that I have here, I right click on the actual image and hit Trace Bitmap. So this pops up. I don't know whether you can see this or not, but I trace the bitmap and then I hit OK. There's some adjustments you can make in here to, smooth it out a little more, or you can actually do multi-scans where you can have like up to 5 scans or even more, I think, of different types of tracings. So right now I just use the default a single scan. I have it set to speckles 2, smooth corners 1.0, and optimize 0.20, and then I hit OK. And then I close that out, and there's another layer on top of the one that I actually imported. So I click on that, I'll drag that over, and I get rid of the other one and hit the delete button. Okay, I go up to here so I have a full view. Alright, from here, once I select the image, you can actually go down, and then this is where I change the color of it to a gray, and I normally use either in between a 30 and a 20% gray. So I'll use a 20% gray on this one. Okay. But before that, I'm going to change it all back to black. I go to layers and I add a layer. It's going to pop up saying layer name. I just use the default, and the position would be below current. So I want a layer below the current layer that we're working on right now. Hit add. So from here, what I end up doing is I turn off the current layer that we started out with. I turn that off by clicking the little eye on there, and then I highlight layer 2, and then I go to File and Import, and I have a file called it's basically like a wood background, and I'll import that onto the second layer. And I move this around in position. I take this lock button and I unlock it, and that allows me to move this thing in all different directions. And I get it close to the edges of the 8.5 by 11. If you go over, it doesn't matter. I turn my other layer back on, layer 1, which is the original ping layer that we imported, and there's the background. So another thing I do, I put my name in here. I have a file that I will also import that I made. Instead of me typing it out all the time, it allows me to just import the file if I can find it. So there that is. Whoops. And I do the same thing with that. I'll right click on it, trace bitmap, hit OK, and now I can move that around. I'll delete that one. I put the lock back on to keep the aspect. And there's the wooden portion of it. From here I go and hit File and Export Ping Image, which you're probably not going to see on your screen. And then I export it as, and normally I would name this one Puppy Wood or Puppy-Wood. From here, once that one's saved, I go and turn layer 2 off. Just hit the eyeball. Well, at first, it looks like I put the image of my name on layer 2. So let me move that layer to 1. So I'll turn the layer 2 off with the wood. And then I have the name and the actual drawing. From here, I take and I highlight that and hit the Shift key and highlight my name, go up to Object and Group. So it makes all of this one piece rather than two with my name in it. From here, make sure it's highlighted. I'll go to 20% color, gray. And then to get the red lines around it, I right click on the red and I hit Set Stoke. Okay. Now to change the stoke size, right now, if you look at it, it's a little on the thick side. Some people may like it like that. But what I do is I normally keep mine around, I'd say about 5.5, 0.055. But to do that, you go up to Object and Fill and Stoke. Bring up that box and then go to Stoke Style and it'll show you a width. Right now it defaults at 1.000, so normally I'll type in 0.055 and hit enter. And if you notice, there's the red line. You can always make it any size that you'd like. So from here I save this one Like I did the one with the wood background, I'll save this one as puppy dash cut or puppy cut. And you can name them however you'd like. And then that's, I save them as ping files, and you can always transfer them from pings to JPEG to bitmaps or whatever you really want to. So hopefully this helped you guys. And like I said, if you have any questions, you know, concerns or even suggestions, just you know, post them and I'll be sure to get back to you right away. Thanks, guys.